Former President Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail, hitting two key battleground states, Wisconsin and Michigan.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden is playing up an issue that he believes will be important to voters in November, and that is abortion rights. CBS 2's Skylar Henry is live in Washington for us. Good afternoon, Skylar.
Hey, Jim and Marie, good afternoon to the both of you. Yeah, this is something that we will see as we look ahead and through until the November general elections. Both of these presumptive presidential nominees keying in on several important issues. Obviously, with the former president, he's hitting several battleground states in the Midwest ahead of a rally later on in Green Bay, Wisconsin tonight, where he is expected to continue to criticize President Biden's immigration policies. Meanwhile, the Biden administration, or excuse me, the Biden campaign, looking to take advantage of the former president's words and actions surrounding abortion access. Voters in Wisconsin headed to the polls, one of 4 states holding presidential primary contests Tuesday. And in just a few months, Wisconsin will be a pivotal swing state in the general election. That's why former President Trump is holding a rally in Green Bay.
It looks very, very good.
But first, he stopped in another critical battleground, Michigan, where he talked about immigration with local officials.
When I left, it was a trickle, and then you see it like going at levels that we've never seen before. It's like straight up illegal immigration into our country.
The Trump campaign and the RNC also launched a new website dedicated to criticizing Biden's immigration policies. While the Trump campaign is hoping immigration will be a winning issue in the Midwest, the Biden campaign says a recent court ruling could put a big southern state in play for them. The Florida Supreme Court upheld the state's 6-week abortion ban, but it also allowed a November ballot measure that could enshrine abortion rights in the state's constitution, an issue that could boost Democrats' turnout.
I will be voting this November. If I have to be in there with my crutches or my wheelchair, I will be there.
The Biden campaign is trying to tie Trump to restrictive abortion policies.
Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Even releasing a new campaign commercial, highlighting their differences on abortion.
I'm running to make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again.
Democrats are also working to get abortion rights on the ballots in other key states, including Arizona and Nevada. And we should point out, Jim and Marie, that when abortion protections have been put on any sort of ballot, whether that be the midterm or any other elections that may have happened ever since Roe was overturned, overwhelmingly a lot of those protections have stayed in place, especially in conservative states like Kansas or more recently Ohio. And so we'll see ultimately what happens when we look ahead, but expect this continued conversation to continue to ramp up as we look ahead to the election. Guys, back to you.
Skylar Henry in Washington, thanks so much.